Our walk today in the Lake District takes us to Borrowdale, where the narrow part of the valley was christened the Jaws of Borrowdale by the explorers that came in the 18th century, attracted by its wild and dramatic scenery. We are following the National Trust Geology Walk, and as soon as we start we are in the midst of crags and boulders and moss-covered stones and rocks, and so we can appreciate it right away as we make our way to the Bowder Stone. So here is the Bowder Stone, and the ladder going up it was only put there 2 years ago to help people, because in the past, when this was discovered as a tourist attraction, which was back in the 1790s, rather precarious ladders were set up against the stone to help people climb up it. The Bowder Stone was established as a tourist attraction by the eccentric, wealthy off-comer Joseph Pocklington in 1798. He'd already built a house on Derwent Island, diverted Barrow Cascade to make it more impressive, and he'd created a tradition of armed invasions of his island as part of the Derwent Water Regatta. His approach to the Bowder Stone was characteristically unsubtle. He set up a crazy ladder for tourists to stand on the summit, built a mock hermitage nearby, and erected a druidical standing stone. He also built a cottage where he installed an old woman whose duty was to lend the place quaint atmosphere, and this tradition continued throughout the 19th century. We learnt on BBC Countryfile the other night that this carpet of little flowers here, the violets and the white violets, or I'm not quite sure, I think they're white violets. Anyway, this is a sign of a really ancient woodland, and it takes ages just to spread a little way. And so this is a good sign here. We've returned from Bowder Stone now to the car park, and we're following going in the opposite direction along a little path through woodland to Grange-in-Borrowdale. We get a good view of the distinctive Castle Crag from here. Following some very indistinct paths through bogs and cut down bracken and trees, we've eventually come to where we wanted to, which is the gate leading onto the road, and we're going to cross the road and along the little footpath to Grange Bridge. We're just crossing the bridge over the River Derwent, going through Grange village, which was the site of a medieval Grange farm belonging to Furness Abbey. The medieval monks of Furness Abbey owned much of Borrowdale from 1208, farming sheep and growing wealthy on the thriving wool trade. They established their grange or farm here, and the village centre is set out like a small square, probably on the plan of the monastic buildings. Some of the houses may be built of stone from the original grange. The double-arched bridge over the River Derwent dates from 1675, and boats sometimes carried slate, wood and other goods from here to Crow Park and other landings on Derwent Water. The big rock is called Roche Moutonne, which is French for rock sheep, and the deep scratches gorged out on it come from the last ice age, and apparently there are quite a few of these rocks and boulders around in this area. We have now left Grange village after having a welcome cup of coffee and toasted tea cake, and we're making our way up the path to Hollows Farm and then up to Peace Howe. This small summit was presented to the nation in 1917 by Canon Rawnsley, a founder member of the National Trust, and it was a place where people could come who'd been damaged by the First World War to regain their sense of peace and tranquility. And what a wonderful spot it is, even though the rain is starting to come down now. We've eaten our lunch here under this lovely old hazel tree and sheltered from the rain, and because it is looking as if it's setting in now for the afternoon, we've decided not to go down to Hollows Farm but back to Grange and back to the car park. But we've had a lovely morning's walk and really enjoyed the best part of the day.